Okay, so we're gonna Theorycraft a budget Hall of Grandmasters farming build. Designed specifically for that, but hopefully it's very safe in everything. Mostly just for Grandmasters though. So we're gonna be a Inquisitor, which is Templar, Inquisitor, and we're gonna try to make this on a 5-link with mostly just rare items. Because that's just super cheap, right? So we're doing Scorching Ray, which means we want spell damage, LE damage. This character is going to be max block as well, hopefully, which requires me to get some fair amount of block chance on the tree. We're also going to get a lot of life regen, so that we can just sit there and regen tank through things. We'll pick up Bloodless so that enemies can't leech from us. The PvP characters in Hall of Grandmasters can't do shit about it. Then we're gonna come down here and pick up all this delicious block chance. That's only 3% block, I don't want that. We'll go down here for block. Block, 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 get some dex. We're at level 40-ish right now. And then we're gonna head up into burning damage nodes. We need LE Overload, of course, Jewel Socket, regen. We'll go Dual Curse, because why not? We can use LE Weakness or Vulnerability plus Enfeeble for extra safety. Might as well go Mind Over Matter as well, actually, which means we can grab like these nodes. We're going to want LE Equilibrium. Vapor is good. These are not bad, but I don't really think we need them. We can just get the entire Silent Life Wheel. This is level 90-ish. Right? Sure. Alright, so let's add some random gear in here. We're going to be a Scepter plus a shield. Doesn't really matter what shield or what weapon. You just want like a damage scepter. So if we were to use uniques, we would use Doriani's, Catalyst. Normal roll is fine. We will use a, I don't know, Surrender would be a good like unique shield, but they're pretty expensive. We'll just craft a basic rare shield. Rare shield. We need a block chance shield. It doesn't really matter which one. We'll probably just do armor energy shield, I guess. No, those don't have life implicit. It's pure armor. Which one has the highest life implicit? This one, 30 to 40. Go. What do we want? We want life and that's pretty much it. Suffixes. We want block chance, and I guess life gained on block would be good. We'll give it some resistance as well. I'm just gonna do like decent tiers, but nothing crazy. Add to build. Okay, so that gives us, how much block chance do we have? 43% block with shield plus tree. Really? That seems low. No? Okay. Might need a little bit more block on tree. We can drop damage fairly comfortably, actually, because of the way Scorching Ray scales in PvP. You don't have... Oh, I'm level 1, hang on. You don't have a lot of, like, PvP scaling. So you can use a lot of weird shit. We can actually bet. I don't know if we want to go Mind Over Matter, but we can. I need to get more block chance, so we need to go to these nodes, maybe? How do I get there without it being awkward? Block, block, block. There, so now we're at 48% block with some weird pathing issues. I can fix that. There. We don't need that, we don't need that. Still need more block, hang on. I want to achieve around like 60% block without any uniques, really. It's dual wield block. We can go this, but it's 3 points for 3%. That's kind of bad. These are 2%, 1%. That's too many points as well. Well, we can always get block chance on jewels, and we do have the Tempest Shield to give us 3% as well. What if we do this? Let's make this more budget. Fuck the Doriani's. We can use Advancing Fortress. Add to build. There, that gives us 15% block for like an ALK. So now we're at 63% block, which is good enough. I'm not gonna worry about the rest. We can get it on Jewel Sockets if you really need it. Not a big deal though. Okay, so that's that. Other items. Helmet. You're just gonna want a rare helmet, so we'll just create a random helm real quick. We'll do armor energy shield, it doesn't really matter. That one, sure. What do we want? We want life, we want resists. That's the second prefix, don't need that. Resists. Fire, cold, lightning, and sure. Just the shitty tiers. It's fine. Add to build. Okay. Like all the items, all the other stuff is going to be just rares, basically. I'm trying to think if anything unique would be good. We can use the Belt of the Deceiver. This will give us less damage taken from critical strikes, which is pretty huge. Let's do a medium roll one. There's a lot of crit builds in Hall of Grandmasters, so that 30% less extra damage from crits is pretty nice. But everything else is just going to be rare, so I'm just going to craft a bunch of random garbage real quick. Let's do body armor. You don't need a 6-link here. We'll just do armor ES again, because the colors for Scorching Ray are going to be primarily red and blue. Maybe one green for rapid decay. But we'll just do life, and then some resists. You have a lot of slots to get resistances, so getting tri-res on gear is not required, but we're going to have a lot of gear for res, so it's not a really big deal. Let's do a little medium tier stuff again. Get some gloves. Let's see, gloves. Yeah, sure, I don't know, armor, energy shield again, fuck it. Life. Let's get some dex. Do we need dex? Yeah, we need a little bit of dex. Let's just do dex roll, and then some more resistances. We'll get some chaos res. That's our lowest resistance right now. Old res, do that. Go. Boots, amulet, ring. Boots, let's see. Cheap, unique boots, that would be good. You could use the Rainbow Stride boots would be good. Because you are going to want to convert a lot of your stuff into spell block. We'll get that, and then we'll use the Stone of Lazwar to get a lot of other spell block. Both of these are like 1 alch uniques. How do you spell Lazwar? That one. So now we're at 63 block, 43 spell block, with just shit uniques, and these Rainbow Strides actually give a fair amount of resistances as well. So we're almost res capped. We just need rings, and those will cap us, and we can get the dex we need to use our skills and whatnot. So we'll just create 2 random life rings. Let's do rare ring. Let's get amethyst rings because we want that chaos res. There's a lot of chaos damage in Hull due to like the minion death clouds, blight builds, essence drain, contagion. Caustic arrow is a huge killer of players in there. Get some mana in here, actually. I forgot remind never matter. Okay, so I don't care about the other prefix. Let's get some dex. 1 dex roll should do it. We need all res is probably fine. Get some more chaos res. That's not chaos res, that's cold red res. And then we should be capped. Resistance cap, last ring. I'll just use the same ring. that's a decent ring, it's nothing crazy. So let's see. Let's add a skill. We need to make our Scorching Ray setup. Socketed in body armor. Burning damage, efficacy, ele focus, control destruction, last link, swift affliction. So again, if you don't have a 6-link, you just disable one of them. And that will be enough usually to do this. 8-stage Scorching Ray. Figuration. No charges, we will have Fortify. We're on consecrated ground, enemy is intimidated and has been hit by lightning damage. Should be good. So we have 80k DPS with like garbage. We don't have any jewels, we don't have any flasks. We're on a 5-link. 80k DPS with no PvP scaling will basically instantly kill a PvP character. Especially because they can't leech off you and you're blocking most of their hits. They have no way to gain life other than regen. And if you want to shut off the regen, you just throw in a frost bomb, which we will do. I'll get all the other gem setups and stuff in a second. Let's see. Let's talk about flasks. Flasks are actually really important for PvP because you basically need to be immune to everything. Otherwise, you're going to have issues. You need to be immune to curses, you need to be immune to like shock, freeze, ignite, all that stuff. I don't think I actually chose my ascendancy yet. That's probably important. Let's do that real quick. So this gives us cannot be affected by elemental ailments while on consecrated ground. So that fixes all of the elemental stuff we were worried about a second ago. So that means we just need bleed and curses for our immunities. This gives us life regen, consecrated ground when hit and on kill. When hit is very important because you're going to be standing there face tanking everything. So you're just going to have consecrated ground all the time, which means you're going to get 6% of mana and energy shield regenerated per second. Then you get attack and cast speed. So 6% of mana regen will feed our Mind Over Matter pretty easily. And then our last points we can get, let's say we just do, this is really strong. Enemies deal less elemental damage and they take increased elemental damage. So that's a more multiplier and a less multiplier for how much damage you take. And last 2 points if you want to go for the attack and cast speed, because you're going to be shield charging to apply equilibrium and you're going to be casting a lot. So this is good for both of those things. You get attack, cast speed, spell damage, and attack damage. Great. Awesome. Let me turn off of these searches. Now we're at 120, 30, 27k on a 5-link. That's good. So, flasks. We have to craft all of our flasks. What did I just say? Magic. Where's flask? We want a utility flask. We're going to want a basalt flask. Reduce charges used so that you can get 2 uses out of it. At least 23% will give you 30 out of 60. If you go 22, it's 31 out of 60. That's bad. And then we're just going to put the things we're missing. So we need to have bleed immune flask. We also need to have a consecrated ground flask, just in case we are unable to proc our consecrated ground. It's good to just kind of carry one with you. We'll just do the same shit. Less charges used, and we'll do the curse immunity on this one because it's a fairly, like, you get 4 uses out of it. So you'll always be immune to curses more or less. And then your last couple slots can just be like, you can carry a life pot, a mana pot. Do I have to change this to flask life? Yeah. Actually, let's just do hybrid flasks. Then you get both. Perfect. So we'll do instant both flasks. Actually, we'll do a recovery speed one with, I don't know. What else do we need? We're immune to everything. Oh, poison. You can get poison immunity. That's good. Add to build. And then we will craft another one that's instant. Which is, where is it? Somewhere. This one, instant recovery. We don't really need any of these things. So I guess I don't know. I'll get a freeze one. It doesn't really matter. Your last flask, if we get a Rumi's concoction, that should actually cap us. And Rumi's is fairly cheap nowadays, especially if it's a shitty roll. We'll just do a medium roll. That will cap us for block and almost cap us for spell block. This is like a medium roll. Shouldn't be more than a couple chaos, right? So we're at 5k life, 2k mana. So that's like, what? 5.5, 6k effective life. We're max block, we get a bunch of spell block, we're resistance cap, we get decent chaos res. Enemies will die to our Scorching Ray, no problem. And all of this gear will cost you probably a couple chaos per piece max. So what else do we want to do? We need to get links set up. Here's your Scorching Ray setup. This is 6 link, this is 5 link. We're going to add a couple of cast when damage taken setups. So we'll do a cast when damage taken level 1. This one's going to proc all the time. The lower level it is, the more often it'll proc. And this will be for our Tempest Shield, which also has the effect of applying elemental equilibrium. And we'll have a Frost Bomb. Frost Bomb gives them minus 75% life regen, so the regen builds will just like, this will just cut off the regen almost entirely. We'll put this in weapon 2, which is our shield. This will do our shield charge setup. Shield charge, faster attacks, culling strike. The reason I'm not using fortify is because we have an advancing fortress, which is socketed gems are supported by level 12 fortify. So that's a pseudo 4 link that you get for free. So the culling strike allows you to cull the low life builds like the Orbots, the summoners, just shield charge into them. They'll get blapped instantly. You don't have to fucking worry about it. Problem solved. So that's 5 link, 3 link, 3 link. So we have helm, boots, and gloves left for defensive stuff and curses. I will do a we'll do a Orbostorm setup so we can proc LE Equilibrium fairly easy, or sorry, LE Equilibrium and LE Overload simply. So we will do crits, increase critical strikes. We can also do area of effect, and then you can do blind if you want to make them not hit you. If they're attack based builds, blind is pretty good. Really doesn't matter that much for your last link. You could use another culling strike if you didn't want to like constantly recast Orbostorms or shield charge. You could just put a culling strike there. I'm just gonna put blind in because it's a good little extra defensive bonus. So now we need curses and auras, setups, whatnot, but we don't want to reserve too much mana, so I'm actually going to do a... we might change something here, actually. I might make my Tempest Shield be the curse on hit setup. Let's do that. Because Tempest Shield is going to be proccing constantly, so we can make it into our active curse on hit setup. If we do cast when damage taken, low level, with a low level Tempest Shield, so it procs all the time, we can also do curse on hit. And then we can put in our defensive or offensive curse. We have two curses, so I'm actually going to put the defensive curse here. If you make your curse on hit and your curse higher level than the cast when damage taken can actually cast, the curse can't be cast when damage taken. So it will only cast when your Tempest Shield is proccing and hitting things and applying the curse. If your Enfeeble is the low enough level to be able to be cast by this level when cast when damage taken, it will do nothing, because it's trying to link to curse on hit and cast when damage taken, and it just cancels each other out. So make sure that this is a high enough level that that doesn't happen, and you'll be fine. That goes in our boots, this goes in our gloves, weapon. So we have our helm left for our last curse setup, and whatever other meme setups we want. So I'm just going to do a big level cast when damage taken with vulnerability. The reason I use vulnerability instead of elemental weakness, a lot of characters in Hall of Grandmasters are elemental weakness capped. That curse does nothing. Vulnerability is just increased damage over time taken. So it will always give you that more multiplier without being affected by their resistances. It's very, very strong. And then we'll just throw in some random defensive curses like Vortex. Gives you an AoE chill, and it's a damage over time effect. So that's fine. Random other link. What do we want in this last link? We have an open link for something. What do we want in here? Let's see, what other spells are there that are decent? I don't know. It doesn't really matter. We could just put increase AoE in there. Sure, now our curse is huge and our vortex is also huge. So there's all your links. This path of building will be in the description of this video. I'm doing this live on stream, actually. Frost Breath. You could do Arctic Breath there as well if you wanted a ranged one. That might be better, actually. It doesn't matter too much. I would probably do the Vortex though, because you're going to be shield charging into them and then just standing there casting. That's that. What else do we want to do? Jewel sockets. Let's make some really crappy jewels. We'll just do magic jewels. We're not even going to do rare jewels. We're just going to do magic ones. How do you jewel? Jewel. Where is it? Jewel. Cobalt, Crimson, Prismatic, Viridian. Cobalt. So we probably want life or spell block with shields. If you want to cap this spell block, go for block with shields. I'm just going to throw life on a couple of these, and then, I don't know, damage over time. Sure, add to build. Let's craft another one. Let's put that here. We'll get a couple of those, and then we'll get some spell block ones. Spell block, and I don't know. What do we need? Do we need dex? No, we're good on stats. We're good on everything else. We can put in, I don't know, let's get some burning damage. Burning damage is actually way better than damage over time. Alright, we'll just use a couple of those. So, I don't know, things that scale your Scorching Ray damage. You have fire damage, damage over time, burning damage, spell damage while holding a shield. I don't think you can get elemental damage. You can scale the damage pretty high. You don't need to. It doesn't matter. These are just like decent jewels. I would go for life and I would go for damage. As much as possible. Mostly life. You could get life mana jewels as well if you wanted to get your mana a little bit higher. But yeah, that should be enough to do whatever the fuck you need to do. Here's a 6-link setup. We're at 300k DPS. As you can see, that's why 6 links are so powerful. They're another more multiplier that is just huge. But I believe this character is now done. Notes. Let's go ahead and save this. Boop. There you go. I don't think there's anything else to say about it. It's pretty simple. You're not going to have an insane amount of damage. You're not going to be super fast, but you're going to be safe. You're going to have a lot of regen. We have, what, 800 regen and 266 mana regen? That's pretty good. I don't think, yeah, we need to do these as well. We blind him. Fuck it. There. You'll be fine. It's safe. It's safe, it's fast, you don't need anything expensive. It's all garbage. The most expensive thing on this list is probably going to be your roomies or your 5-link. You can also just use a tabula. But, like, you'll be alright. We forgot something. We need to talk about Pantheons. Most important Pantheon. Soul Solaris, Lady Stormflame. Take no extra damage from crits if you're taking a crit recently. So if you get attacked by crit builds, they can't do shit after the first crit, so you'll be fine there. For the rest of them, you're probably going to want to take the stationary life regen and phys reduction, because you're going to be standing still casting. Alternatively, you can go for phys damage reduction for each hit you've taken recently. Not as important as this one, but this fucking Ascendancy, holy god, it's so good. Okay, so we just got the character thrown together. Random stuff. This doesn't even have life on it, actually, I didn't realize that. Life res, Rapist Strides, like Dex, Deceiver, Lazwar, Advancing Fortress, Roomies, everything we talked about in the guide. 5-link. We have like, I don't know, 8k tooltip. Go grab a Grandmasters and see if this thing works. Remember, the tooltip is per stage, don't worry about it too much. T9 Hologram Masters, Legacy versions T4. All the links are the exact same as the video guide we talked about earlier. A little slow. Not too much damage yet. Whenever anything knocks you back, it makes you point Scorching Ray at them. It's really weird. I don't think I have a bleed flask. Oh yeah, I do. It's my sapphire. We're good so far though. I'm just dropping Orbital Storms and packs, and then Scorching Ray them. The issue right now is lack of flash charges. Whoa, okay. That was bleed and poison. I gotta rearrange my flasks. I think I might be better with a poison immunity on long duration one and bleed on this. Let me swap flasks a little bit. Poison, and then we need a instant bleed. Or duration bleed would be good. I'll try that. Try that. Cool part about this is you don't need any auras to turn back on when you die. You just fucking go again because you don't have any auras. If I were to add an aura to this, it would just be Arctic Armor for the less fizz and fire damage taken mod, but like nothing else really matters. Maybe Clarity if you're struggling with mana. You shouldn't be with Inquisitor though. Doing good so far. Not perfect, obviously, but I mean, it's like less than a 1x character, what do you expect? Gotta make sure you have Fortify, make sure your Order Storms is actually hitting something, you should be okay. There's another person now. Just helicopter them would be alright. Okay, that cost a cloud hurts. Hang on. Regen for a sec. This caustic arrow is like ridiculous, holy shit. Who's doing it? That guy. Who are you? Oh my god. I can't move. What is that? This is why you need Chaos Res on your gear. I don't have much, you should get more than I have. If possible. You can always swap the belt out for just a life Chaos Res belt with resist. Like a leather belt would be nice. Couldn't move, man. I was moving like really slowly. I'm not sure what that was. Maybe it was a meme. We're getting into the end waves, which is the harder waves. So it's gonna make sense that it gets a little bit struggly towards the end. Some of these characters are very strong. Oh, it's Lib. That's what it is. Fuck off. Holy shit. Look at that. This whole area is death. That's why. Libertania is one of the harder characters to survive as, especially as a life-based character. He drops level 28 caustic arrows like everywhere, and you can't get away from them. But my mom effect was helping quite a bit, actually. Surprisingly. Oh, that's bad. Explosive arrow is dangerous. Regen for a second. Go back in. Okay, so Elementalist Golems. Okay, we just made back most of our Exile, I think, right there. Elementalist Golems are immune to elemental damage, right? So you can't kill them at all. And we don't do any fizz damage, so we can't kill them. Which is not ideal. But I think if you were to dump a little bit more currency into this, just get slightly better gear and have like higher defensive stats, higher chaos res, more life, better jewels, you'd be cruising through this. Or a 6 link, I mean I'm on a 5 link. Damage isn't really there. Got a life sprig, hell yeah. We'll probably also do a build similar to this as almost any Ascendancy. Like Gladiator would be fine and give you the free spell block, or spell block conversions. You don't have to be wearing Rainbow Strides and Stone of Plasmor. You could do that. You could go like Scion, Gladiator plus something. Whoa. That's a lot of death. What else could you do? You could be a Pathfinder with like a Legacy Roomies for instant free max block. What else could you do? Guardian would probably be fine for the life regen block stuff. You got a lot of options. This would probably work as basically any Ascendancy. Trickster would be good too. Life Sprig is definitely best for Ignorant. If you do like, I don't know, 10, 20 of these maps, which should cost you 10 to 20 chaos in most leagues, you should be able to make a couple X back, no problem. Means you can then upgrade the character if you want. Or just leave it as is and just keep grinding. Holy fuck. It's so much death. What is the firestorming me? Holy fuck. You?
Must have time to gather my will.
I'm trying to find one of the regen tanks so we can show you what it does to them, but I don't know if we're gonna get that lucky. Or unlucky, I guess. There you go. We dealt with one of the hardest ones in here, the Britannia. Who else is gonna give you issues? Danzig. That's about it. There's a couple minion characters with ES Death Clouds, or Chaos Death Clouds, but the Energy Shield tanks, Mulgubbin, Scully Gubbin, Zombie, Dynus, like, they all should die really easily to Scorching Ray, so you'll be alright. There's your proof of concept. This character's level 86, like, it's nothing crazy. Pretty garbage gear across the board. This chest is actually surprisingly good. The mana gained on kill is helping out a lot. So if you can get a 5-link Splendor with life on it, like, okay. It's a life tri-res chest with mana and life gained on kill, like, it's pretty good, and these are usually worth nothing, so either use this or, like, a rare chest, you'll be fine. I don't even have enchants. Like, I should have regen enchant here. There should be probably Enfeeble Curse Effect or Scorching Ray Damage, whichever you prefer. Love enchant, I would go with, of Winter or of Light. Winter does like a cold AoE spell that crits a lot, freezes things, and triggers out Equilibrium for us, or you could use the Light, which triggers when you take a crit, and it'll do Consecrated Ground for you and life regen. Culling Strike, Advancing Fortress would be good. Other than that, I don't know, I think that's everything. My Flasks, I'm not sure if these are the correct Flasks to use, but they're working, so pretty good build so far. Or, you know, nothing. Just a friendly reminder, if you enjoyed the video, hit like, leave a comment on what to do next, or how you thought of the video, whatever. Follow me on Twitch if you want to see Twitch streams. You can also consider supporting on Patreon. There are exclusive rewards such as really hilarious paint drawings or like one-on-one conversations. I don't know, there's a lot of stuff on Patreon. Just check it out, there's lots of things you can do to help support. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will see you in the next one, and that'll be Demi out.